Today on Friday Fives, I'm sharing 5 style tips that every woman over 50 should break. It's all coming up next at Style at a Certain Age. Hi, ladies, it's Beth. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I have a very fun and relevant video coming your way, but if this is your first time visiting, welcome. I'm happy you stopped by. Don't forget to hit that subscription box down below so you won't miss any of the videos coming your way. So are you ready to find out the 5 rules that every over 50 woman should break? Come on, let's get going. We've all seen those ridiculous lists that tell women of a certain age that they can't wear this or they can't do that when it comes to style. Some of those style rules are patronizing, some are just downright ridiculous, and most of them just make me chuckle to myself because I can assure you they're being written by some fashion editor that's 30 something and they're dictating what an over 50 woman should wear. I don't have anything wrong against a 30 something because they have lots of advice to dole out. But the one thing that they don't know is what it feels and looks like to be 50 or beyond. Just because we celebrated our 50th birthday or beyond, I happen to be 61, doesn't mean we left the fashion ball and turned into a pumpkin at the stroke of midnight. Am I right? Honestly, there are too many fashion do's and don'ts for women of any age. When you hit 30, you can't do this, or only the 18-year-olds can get away with that. But something happens when we turn 50, and there are more and more rules just hurled our way that we can't be seen in this or that, or practically do anything. No wonder so many of us feel invisible. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times about appropriate dressing for your age. Ladies, in my opinion, there is no such thing. Of course, there are style tips that are going to help you look and feel your best, like how to elongate your legs or how to look slimmer or looking luxe on a budget. But those style tips have nothing to do with your age. Who made those fashion rules anyway? I'd really like to beat them. In my opinion, if you feel good and you feel confident with what you're wearing, then go ahead and wear it. Style is always about your personal preferences. So let's get to it, ladies, and talk about the 5 style tips that every woman over 50 should break and break regularly. The first style tip we need to break is don't wear a bold shade of lipstick because we don't want to bring attention to ourselves, right? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Of course, our skin tone is changing and our hair color is changing, but that just gives us an opportunity to try new palettes, kind of think outside of the box a little bit, have an opportunity to go to the retail store and have a makeover and discover maybe a new shade or a new product that we'd never tried before. Of course, I always love to wear a nude lip. It looks fantastic with smoky eyes. But honestly, nothing brightens my mood more than a bold shade of pink or red on a gloomy day. So play a little, have some fun. If you've always worn your makeup a certain way, now is the time to experiment. And the easiest and cheapest way to update your look is with lipstick. Just a few weeks ago, I put up a video where I shared my 5 favorite lip shades. And one of the best sellers out there is MAC Ruby Woo, which is a beautiful bold color of red. And I had so many of you email me telling me that that is exactly your favorite color. So go try it. The second fashion rule every over 50 woman should break is don't show your knees.
What?
Don't wear shorts on a hot summer day or a cute short skirt above your knee. I suppose that really would entail not wearing a bathing suit because I'm pretty sure last I checked, my knees were showing when I was at the beach. If you love short skirts, why do we need to cover them up? Of course, there's lots of buzz for the over 50 woman to lower their hemline, and I'm all for a midi skirt, even a maxi skirt. They all have their place. But why is it that so many of us think that we can't wear short skirts after a certain age? If you feel good wearing a short skirt, go for it. Or put on a pair of tights if you're a little bit uncomfortable with how your knees are showing and still rock that short skirt. I'm of the opinion that every woman over 50 should wear what she feels confident and comfortable in, including short skirts. The third fashion rule that every over 50 woman should break is if you wore a trend the first time, you have to pass on it forevermore. Well, trends are changing at lightning speed these days, so if we followed this rule, it would eliminate many, many fashion choices. So, unless we're willing to run around naked, it's time to break this fashion rule. As with any trend, it's all in the styling. So pick one piece on trend and pair it with something from your closet that's classic, clean, and crisp. That way you'll be looking chic and modern rather than you're stuck in a time warp. Love leather pants? Well, they were quite popular in the 70s. I had a pair. I had a pair of suede pants too. But guess what's on trend and has been trending for at least 5 years? Leather and faux leather pants. These days, I have even more than one hanging in my closet, and I love to pull them out come fall and winter. The fourth fashion rule that every over 50 woman should break: don't let your hair go gray. Of course, this old fashioned rule has everything to do with aging ourselves. And believe me, when I first started blogging almost 5 years ago and I was sporting gray hair, I had so many comments and emails with women saying, "Oh, Beth, please color your hair. It's making you look 10 years older." Well, I'm here to tell you it's really okay to look my age. And there are many, many hair colors out there. So if you love red or if you want to be blonde, go for it. But so many of us are deciding whether it's based on the chemicals that are used in hair care products or the time or the expense. We're deciding that it's really a lot of fun to let our grays show. Fast forward 5 years later and gray is on trend. It's so popular that the 20 and 30 and 40-year-olds are sporting gray hair. Sometimes they even have to dye it that way. But I'm here to tell you that if you want to embrace your gray, go ahead and rock it. But that goes for blonde, red, even purple these days. The fifth fashion rule that every over 50 woman should break is don't wear distressed jeans. Heck, I've even read we're not supposed to wear jeans at all after the age of 40. If I ever want to stir the pot on my blog or social media channels, all I have to do is put on a pair of distressed jeans. My, oh my, we do have certain opinions when it comes to an over 50 woman wearing certain pairs of jeans. But I happen to love distressed jeans, and I think they add character to an outfit. And blue jeans are a part of my style uniform, so I tend to have more than one pair on hand. And many women also love to rock a street style of blue jeans. So if distressed jeans aren't necessarily your thing, there are so many different options out there. But if they are, what does age have to do with distressed jeans anyway? This is just a short list of 5 fashion rules that I break regularly, and I suggest you do too when you hit 50 or above. Many of these fashion rules were dictated years ago because they really wanted women of a certain age to be invisible. But I know that we want to be taken seriously. We want to be relevant, we have opinions, we have wisdom to share. So don't ever stop experimenting. Take a few risks. Try wearing something you've never worn before. What's the worst thing that could happen? Who knows? You may discover a style that you can rock that you never thought that you could. Style is ever evolving, and I just remember that from my style icon, my mother. We enjoyed so many trips shopping throughout the years, starting when I was a young girl in grade school. But as fashion evolved, my mom evolved, her style evolved, all while staying true to herself. But she was never afraid to try something new. And I learned from the best because, as I said, what's the worst that can happen if you try something that you'd never tried before? So let me leave you with this. Be kind to yourself when you're trying something new. Don't scrutinize every flaw that you have. And be kind to others too. What we need to remember at any age, but especially as we age, is to listen to our inner self rather than the conventional rules. It's important to stay relevant in an ever-changing fashion world. And it's also important to be the best version of yourself. Style is intensely personal, and what works for me won't necessarily work for you. But vive les différences. Put your own spin, and as I said, have some fun. The last thing we want to do when we're over 50 is to look dated or stodgy. Like it or not, how we present ourselves to the world matters. So go ahead and break the rules and express your style at 50 and beyond. Because if there's one thing that I've learned is that style doesn't have an expiration date. Well, ladies, that's a wrap for Friday Fives. Don't forget before you go to leave a comment down below and let me know what fashion rule you like to break over 50. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Style to Certain Age. Don't forget to click that subscription box if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet so you don't miss any videos coming your way. And of course, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.